IPL fever continues, and we are proceeding to the next team for the squad preview of 2024. Is the Orange Army, the team in orange, always very promising side on paper, but it's that they just couldn't make it out when it comes to IPL winning formats. They have won it in 1 year in 2016 against the Royal Challengers Bangalore, but every time they have a confident team on paper. I have Varun once again with me, very passionate about this franchisee. How much confident are you for this season as well?
I mean, it's a same season story again. We're always going to be excited when the IPL comes around. It's like a festival for all of us, cricket fans. And especially when your team is playing in this kind of tournament, the excitement's gonna be on a whole nother level. A whole revamped squad, a whole new year, a whole new season. Let's just see what this team brings on to the table this time around.
Absolutely. And this year you have a very fresh squad, I must tell you, because you had the biggest purse. And we'll straight away start proceedings with the first slide, which is the buys you have made in the IPL auction. We were not surprised that you have made some big budget buys as well. But with Pat Cummins, the second highest player in the IPL history, costliest, I must tell you. I'll come to him first, the player, and then the rest of the five players as well. Pat Cummins, how does he fit into your playing 11, firstly, and how much experience does he give to your squad?
I think the main reason we bought him is because of the Daniel Vettori quota right there. It's the World Cup winning,
Captain.
coach, and you have the captain. So somehow, if these two again connect together, they might recreate some magic yet again. I think that was the logic behind it. And for the price point, I must say, we had a plan to go for a left-hand batsman. We got Travis Head, and we wanted to go for a good, leg spinner, and we got one in Hasaranga. But both of them included, we thought, we might get them around 20 or 25 crores, right? But we got them under 9 crores, and we just poured the rest of our money on Pat Cummins. And it just makes no sense, if you put that much money on, a player like this who's captain his national side to the World Cup and then won it, that you won't make him the captain. So that is what happened again. So I think that's mainly the reasoning why we were back Pat Cummins. And obviously the experience also comes in because, as you said, it's a relatively fresh squad, it's a new squad, and it's a very young squad, I must say, because I think we've got the youngest squad in average in this tournament as well. So having a captain like this, it might just help the team as well. And he's a guy, and the coach is also a guy who know their Indian conditions. And Daniel Vettori, he usually tours India a lot, looking for good domestic talents as well. So he knows what to do. Cummins is there with him. I think, this might be the breakthrough year at least to make it to the playoffs. Let's just see what happens.
Okay, and talking about the rest of the three Indian players you have in your squad in the addition, Subramaniam, you have an Akash Singh who was brilliant for the Chennai Super Kings last season. You have added Jaydev Unadkat once again back amongst the IPL mix. Does these two left-handed pacers add a different kind of a dilemma in your squad?
Basically, I feel like Jaydev Unadkat and Akash Singh, they're just like backups for Natarajan because he hasn't played many domestic games as well, and he's pretty injury prone. Right. I don't think Akash Singh might come in for Natarajan because Unadkat is more experienced and he has more the capability to come in this side as he can bowl in the power play and in the death. Right. But Akash Singh, he still has a lot of time. I'm just looking at him as a Karthik Tyagyan bowler. I don't know why we really bought him. Right. It's just like wasting a great talent on the bench. Right. So at least he's gotten a chance with the side, or else he might have gone unsold. At least he's gonna get some kind of experience with the side, but I don't really see any place for Akash Singh.
Okay, so you pretty much summed up the six players you have bought in the auction. That is, I'm surprised to say, but that's a new captain for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, recently appointed. Pat Cummins hasn't got any IPL experience when it comes to captaincy, but as you mentioned, World Cup winning captain. But I want to drag a little bit of what happened last month. You had the South African T20 going on, and you had the Sunrisers Hyderabad playing the finals. There was a different captain who was your IPL captain as well, Aiden Markram, winning you the championship as well, and you had your owner as well, pretty much there celebrating. We thought that things were pretty much good, and then suddenly this decision. What wrong did Aiden Markram do?
I don't think it's about what wrong he did. I think it's about the kind of coach we had and the kind of relation he had with Pat Cummins. I think that just made him become the captain. And just talking about the South African 20 League as well, Aiden Markram knows more about the South African tracks and the players and the conditions more than the Indian conditions and players, right? But Pat Cummins and Daniel Vettori, they do have that experience in them. So I think that's why Markram has been dropped from captaincy, but at least it's not a controversial drop like the other times as well, because Sunrisers, even though they do drop these kind of players, they don't really reveal why they've removed them. But
Yeah.
at least now we have the kind of reasoning why Pat Cummins has become the captain. I don't think it's gonna be such a big disaster this time around in social media because Markram is out of captaincy, right? And he hasn't done
But
really
I want
good
to also
last few
drag.
games.
I'm sorry to cut you, Varun, but I also
Yeah.
want to drag one more point. Is does you have so many overseas players who are match winners? I must tell you. I'll discuss them when we move on to the squad. But the certainty of Pat Cummings definitely because of the price tag, he has to play in the playing 11. Similarly, Aiden Markram doesn't guarantee you in the playing 11. Is that also a one of reason?
Yes, I think Adam Markram on Indian conditions, even if you see last year, he hasn't been in the most exceptional form. And now we've got a lot of Indian talent as well, just waiting there, sitting on the bench, trying to get their chances. Or you got someone like a Sanveer Singh, you got Anmol Preet, you got Upendra Yadav. These guys are all like positive intent players that a T20 side really needs. When you need the scoreboard just sticking, you might need someone like that. But I think at least for the first initial games, they might just start Aiden Markham to see how he goes well. And especially when your first game is in a pitch or a like a ground like Kolkata, you need more experienced batsmen who know how to handle those kind of grounds as well. And the last time Markham was there, he's had a brilliant outing against KKR as well. So I think
Yep.
that just might affect them to go for Markham. Uh, in that kind of condition, and then we move on to Hyderabad. We're gonna try him there at least for the first 2 or 3 games. It's gonna happen with Travis Head and Aiden Markram, because Travis Head, he's gonna come in. Daniel Vettori in the auction, he already said that he wanted a left-hand opener, an overseas opener, and he got his mate Travis Head in. So we're gonna try him. If he fails, then comes in another Indian opener, or if Markram fails, then comes in one into Hasaranga.
Okay, so we will discuss what your combination is when it comes to picking only four overseas because that's going to be a big headache. But the captaincy material, I think, when it come to leadership, I think Pat Cummings is one of the best, and he has proved in the last 1 year why he is such a remarkable captain, such a successful captain when it comes to international
See,
cricket.
when
And I
Pat
think that
Cummins has become the captain for Australia, right? People said, why did this guy become the captain? He's a bowler, right? He has no experience. But then, he showed the world what he's capable of as a captain,
yeah,
right? Even though they had that kind of team, leading that kind of a strong team, you need to have some kind of brain power, and that's what Cummins has got. And then they made him the ODI captain, and they said, this guy's a test captain. What does he know about ODIs? And now he showed with the World Cup win. And now he's becoming like a T20 side captain, a whole different conditions, a whole different league. Now we just have to wait and see if he proves everyone wrong yet again.
and if he does prove everyone wrong in this season, does he get a T20 captainship ahead of the World Cup as well? That would be a question mark as well. But let's see what happens of the squad. And here's the first four players I have for you, Varun. That is Mayank Agarwal, Anmol Preet Singh. You have a Rahul Tripathi and a Travis Head. So pretty much four openers. Anmol Preet Singh played most of the games last season. You have a Rahul Tripathi as well. You've added Travis Head. You have Mayank Agarwal. Pick two in your playing 11. How is it? I think it's very difficult to choose two.
So as I said again, Daniel Vettori, he was looking for that left-hand opener, the overseas one, and we got him. So he's an automatic fit into the lineup at least for the first few games. So Travis said, just put him in the lineup. Now is between these three players. I think Tripathi, he's gonna bat at number three.
Okay.
He really doesn't know how to battle swing really well as of now. And when you come at number three, you need the kind of intent player anyway. So I think he's just gonna come back at number three where he's always been at. And now it's between Mayank Agarwal, Anmol Preet Singh, or another addition is Abhishek Sharma. That
Abhishek Sharma.
yeah,
Yeah.
that you missed here. I think if they're looking for the lefty lefty combo, then you can go with Abhishek Sharma. But the problem with him is For the first couple of games, he doesn't really perform, right? And he's really prone against pace bowling when it comes to the power play or when it's opening. But he's again a promising talent. But in my opinion, I feel like they're gonna go with Travis Head and Mayank Agarwal. Mayank
Okay.
Agarwal, he's someone like a Shikhar Dhawan for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, I would say, because of the strike rate and the way he kind of plays. He just tries to find the gaps. Nothing silly in the power play, just play freely, get them in the gaps, get those boundaries, play with a strike rate of around 125, 130, and let Travis Head take the strike of 140, 150s and get the power play score of 50 plus right there. So I think that's going to be the type of mindset that Daniel Vettori and Cummins are going to apply to this side.
Okay, so Mayank Agarwal, his strike rate indeed shows around 133. I think he could be that anchor role kind of a player which you're looking for at the top, along with Travis Head can thrive, and we know how hard he goes at the top of the order. He can give you those blistering starts you are always looking forward to. Abhishek Sharma, I'll come in the next slide. He's probably there, but Anmolpreet Singh, I think he is that kind of a promising. He was good last season, but it's just too many options. You have to pick only two. It's very much difficult, but only if there is backups, he will be part of that. Rahul Tripathi, I agree. One more point is that he can be the number three kind of a position. So fair enough. Aiden Markram, Abhishek
Yeah.
Sharma, Henrik Klassen, and Upender Singh Yadav. So I'll start with Abhishek Sharma, obviously. So is he that kind of a player that you can utilize as an impact player when it comes to chasing?
See, when you already have openers like Travis Head and Mayank Agarwal, I don't really think Abhishek fits in the lineup anymore because even if he comes down at, you can say, number 4, number 5, or number 6, he at least takes 10 or 15 balls to settle down, right? And basically, number 4, 5, 6, when do they come in? They come in like at the 10th or 12th over, generally speaking, right? And
Okay.
if Abhishek Sharma takes up those many balls coming in at those kind of positions, I don't think it's going to be the wisest play to go with in that kind of lineup. So I don't really see him playing anywhere other than slots 1 or 2. Um, yeah,
Okay.
and then Heinrich Klaasen, obviously, is going to be a fixed position. He's our wicket keeper, and we saw how he's performing last season. And now in the World Cup, Heinrich Klaasen is just a world class spin basher at this point. So Heinrich Klaasen's obvious add in there. And then Aiden Markram. Now, it depends on how Sunrisers are going to think. Do they want to just start off with the Indian middle order batsman and go with one into Hasaranga? Or do they want to play with Aiden Markram and strengthen their middle order with some overseas talents right there? In my perspective, at least for the first few games, I would like to try Aiden Markram to see how it goes. Because even if you have one into Hasaranga, you might just get the spin option, but then you already have, Aiden Markram and you have Travis Head. You got the part timers, you got Shabazz, you got Washington, you got Market, you got plenty of spin options. So I don't really see one into coming into the lineup that early, so I'm just gonna
Straight
go with
away.
Markram there. 100 class and an Aiden
Okay.
Markram.
Okay, so when you're saying about Henrik Klassen, he's definitely a world class player. Does that also fix that Pat Cummings and Henrik Klassen are those kind of players who are never going to be dropped?
Correct. If Heinrich Klaasen is in fact injured, then maybe someone like Glenn Phillips comes in. But having a player like Heinrich Klaasen, even the bowlers will be afraid of him. That's a kind of mindset the bowlers will have when they face these kind of batsmen. It's gonna happen with players like Kohli. It's gonna happen with players like Dhoni in the death, right? So I think Heinrich Klaasen just has that kind of a value when he steps onto the pitch. What are the bowlers gonna think? What are they gonna try? So if you have that kind of a caliber of a player, right, you wouldn't really want to drop it.
I think these players are top class. Upender Singh Yadav might get some opportunities later on the innings because, as I said, maybe these kind of players may not just fit in the playing 11 as there are too many talents. But later on, if Sunrisers has a very good season, they qualify for the playoffs early on. These kind of players can get opportunities. Abhishek Sharma, another player to look out for. But just like we said, there's not enough opportunities in the playing 11. Aiden Makram, I would love to see him start the tournament. Like you said, at the Eden Gardens, then you have a couple of games in Hyderabad. He's a quality player. You've already removed him from the captaincy. If you remove him straight away from the squad, that would be a very, very poor statement. And also Henrik Klassen, untouchable, unremovable. I think he's going to definitely play all the games. We are slowly going on to the middle orders, the all rounders now. Nitish Kumar Reddy, a player to watch out for. I've heard his name quite a lot, and I want to listen from you. If is he a promising talent to look out for? Abdul Samad, another player who was good last season, better the previous season as well. Glenn Phillips, How do you drop him is one next question. And also Washington Sundar. Very, very tough choices you have to make in the all-rounder section as well,
Yeah.
Varun.
And so Abdul Samad comes in at six for me. Uh, Basically, even in this recently conducted DY Patil tournament, I think today is the finals, and he scored a blitz of 32 runs in I think 12 balls here. Even in the finals, if this player is playing these kind of knocks in pressure situations, you can just tell that he's improving at least
Yeah.
right now. And even in the last game, he scored like 49, and I think they needed like 20 runs off the last over, and he finished it right? So that's the kind of qualities you need for a finisher. Of course, DY Patil tournament is not as big as the IPL, but at least you're getting some sort of glimpses from the player that you've been expecting a lot from since the past 4 years now,
Yeah.
right? So Abdul Samad, he's gonna be my number six. At number seven, it's gonna be Washington Sundar. You get that spinner, and you get that
Spinning
good
all-rounder.
batting option at the end when you need him. His batting technique is a bit iffy. To be honest, I see him more of a opener than a number six or number seven, just because of the way he bats. The kind of shots is very unorthodox. He just Washington Sundar, he tries to clear the 30-yard circle more over than to clear the boundary ropes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying he's more of the power play kind of batsman. But since we don't have a slot there, he's gonna be our number seven batsman. Even if he, maintains that 150 strike rate by just taking those runs, singles and doubles, he can be a good one with Abdul Samad right next to him.
Absolutely. And is it how tough will it be for you to drop someone like a Glenn Phillips, who has been his form of his life?
I mean, Glenn Phillips, basically the thing is, he's not really proven in Asian conditions, even though New Zealand have given him buttload of chances, even especially in Indian conditions. Right? There's a reason why Sunrisers are not playing him, even in the Nets. I think we had him for almost 2 or 3 seasons now. There's got to be a reason why we're not playing him. It's because he's not getting, adapted to the Indian conditions as easily as the other overseas players are. Even in the recently conducted New Zealand series in India, I think a game also happened in Hyderabad, ODIs or T20s, I forgot, but he's really underperforming for his kind of brand value that he has. It's really disappointing to see, him not performing. He's a good spinner. You can use
Yeah.
him that way, but the thing is, he needs to bat at number four in T20s. That's his position, or at least try him at number six. But he doesn't have those slots anymore, so you can't play him as a spinner because he doesn't have the position. You can only play him as a substitute fielder. He's
So,
a
so
great
you
fielder.
said about number four.
Yeah.
So is he not a like to like replacement of Aiden Markram then?
I see him as a replacement for Heinrich Klaasen because both are wicket keepers.
Yeah.
I see Upendra Yadav coming in for Aiden Markram.
Okay. Nitish Kumar Reddy, how promising is he?
Nitish Kumar Reddy, he makes my lineup instantly from the first game itself. He
Okay.
needs to bowl in the power play with Bhuneshwar Kumar. In the
Okay.
recent, in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy and the Ranji Trophy, he has been spectacular. He's been swinging the ball left and right. He's been taking wickets, and also he's been contributing with the bat for Andhra at I think number six or number seven. He's maintaining a great strike rate as well. So I think that's great for at least someone like a number seven or number eight
Yeah.
batsman. You have the batting depth with you. You got your power play bowler, you got a middle over bowler, and you got a death bowler in Nitish Kumar Reddy. He's a great talent. He's got the speed as well. Uh, Personally, I see more of a future in him than Umran Malik. I think some fans
Okay.
will get hurt here, but Nitish Kumar Reddy, the way he bowls, he just, as I said, he's a swing bowler, right? And with that kind of pace, India, I think, is missing those kind of bowlers who can bowl at you 140 to 145 speed and still swing the ball. You got a Jasprit Bumrah, but he's been a little iffy as well lately in white ball cricket. He's been going out and he's been coming in to the Indian setup as well. So Nitish Kumar Reddy, he's not maybe ready yet for the Indian circuit, but these kind of bowlers are someone to watch out for in the later,
Okay.
upcoming years.
Which is we are slowly moving on to the lower order of the batting, and that's Shabaz Ahmed, a very good inclusion you have got in the trade section. You have a Marco Janssen, you have Vanindu Hasaranga, you have Sanveer Singh, four talented players, two internationals, one left arm orthodox spinner as well, handy with the bat for RCB over the years. Now is in Orange Army circuit, and you have a Sanveer Singh. If you can describe these four players and how do you manage their game time?
I see Shahbaz Ahmed a better batsman than Washington Sundar,
Washington Sundar,
basically, because for RCB and for Bengal, I think he plays in number 4, 5, 6 position, so he does
number
know.
6.
Yeah, so he's also great against the paces. So once he comes in at the death, right, he knows how to tackle those kind of bowlers. So I feel Shahbaz Ahmed, he's going to be a good inclusion at number 7 or number 6. And then for me, Sanveer Singh, he's going to be a replacement for Abdul Samad if he does fail. I see a lot of potential in Sanveer
Okay.
Singh because I think he played a game against Gujarat Titans. He has failed, but the 1-6 hit against Mohammad Shami, it just showed that he has the intent. He has the mindset that he wants to win games for his team. He wants to just carry on by scoring these runs. Right. So Sanveer Singh, he's a great player to look out for. If Abdul Samad fails, as I said, he's immediately gonna come in, and there's no doubt about that. Marco Jansen and Wanindo Hasaranga, it depends on how the first few initial games go. Again, as I say, Travis Head and Adam Markham, their positions are at stake. If they don't perform, they don't have a slot in this lineup. One of them is gonna go out. If two, at least if two fail, one of them is surely gonna go out. And depending on the pitch conditions, Marco Jansen or Hasaranga are gonna come in into the lineup.
The inclusion of Pat Cummins in the squad, does that decrease the chances of Marco Jansen in the team?
Again, as I said, if one of those two players that I mentioned, Markram or Travis, if they fail, and suppose you're playing on a good, pace track, you can say maybe Wankhede or Kolkata kind of pitches, then you can have Marco Hansen because it's valuable to have those kind of tall paces, like 7 foot paces, using their pace, using their swing, and this man's a absolute spin basher as well. We saw it in the conducted
Yeah.
SA20, we saw it in the World Cup as well, conducted in India. Forget about SA20, he performed in India, and that's a perfect thing to note. So Marco Jansen, he's just gonna come in if one of those two fail. Same with Hasaranga.
Okay, but yes, Marco Jansen was very valuable the last time KKR played against the
Yes,
SRH at Eden Gardens. He was very good with the new ball. Similarly, with the bat, it was Aiden Markram and Harry Brook, those partnerships. So, yes, I think that this could be a good inclusion, but that's a headache for the management.
yeah,
Sanveer Singh, look at his strike rate,
I know.
192.4. I think that shows that he has the talent. Very promising player. You're saying he's an replacement of Abdul Samad if Abdul Samad is not up to the mark. Shahbaz Ahmed, another player like replacement, I would say, for Washington Sundar, but it's very good, tough going to be for you to fit in those kind of players because the good thing I see for the Sunrisers Hyderabad this season is not just one, but you have two backups for each position, which is a very good point for a long tournament. So I think that's a plus point. Pat Cummins, then you have a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, you have an Akash Singh, you have a T Natarajan. Sum it up for me. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Pat Cummins definitely starts for you. Nitish Kumar Reddy I've mentioned as the third seamer. So I think one of Akash Singh and Natarajan is the other pacer, is
Yeah.
it?
Akash Singh, I've seen him in the power play, but I don't really know him in the death bowling sector enough,
Okay.
right? He didn't perform for CSK in the death as well, if I remember. Even for his was a local team, right? Domestic team as well. I don't think he's been bowling a lot. He's been benched recently, and he hasn't been bowling in the death, even if he gets the chances. So in that way, Natarajan immediately comes in, and of course, you need your maximum number of experience while coming into the tournament anyway to see how this team is gonna fare out in other games as well. So Natarajan comes in for me.
Okay. And the rest two definitely starts for you, is it? Bhuvi and Pat
Yes.
Cummins. No
Cummins is
brainers?
anyways the captain. He's gonna start,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
can't
yeah.
leave our movie. He's our pace, sorry, prime bowler.
These four players, I think, good enough. Two lefties, two righties. The right-handed seamers will definitely start. But Akash Singh promising, like for Chennai Super Kings, he was used as a new ball bowler. Used to bowl 3 overs in the power play, not used in the death. So I think that point of yours is question answered. That he's not kind of a death material, but Natarajan, I know he's a Yorker master. So yes, he could be one player to look out for as in the death circuit. Two spinners and the three of them. Umran Malik, 2 years before, he was the player to look out for the future, probably of Indian cricket. Has somehow lost his rhythm, still has the pace, but no chances for him in playing 11, is it?
I don't see that happening this time around. It's only if someone like Nitish Kumar Reddy fails, maybe then Malik will come in. The basic thing is he's been injured as well. in the in this domestic games, and I think that's just gonna take a toll on him when he comes to bowl again because he hadn't had much game time. He's hadn't had much practice, and that's a good thing because Sunrisers have set up the camp pretty early. Because in the previous years we've set up like a week before, but now we set it up like I think a month before now. So it's a good thing that Malik is starting to get things going now. But Nitish Kumar Reddy, being a local boy, he's just gonna come in straight away, in my opinion. Jaydev Unadkat, as I said, it's the replacement for Natarajan. Fasalak Faruqi, I really don't know why we kept him. If Daniel Vettori had the plans for going after someone like Wanindo Hasaranga and Pat Cummins, Fasalak Faruqi is not gonna even get a game in my opinion because you already got Marco Jansen as well, right? And Mayank Markande or Subramanyam, they're gonna be my impact players. So we're
Okay.
gonna have like at least maybe three or four spinners and then four pacers there. Uh, if Markande fails, then Subramanian comes in again. Subramanian, I think I see a lot in him. Basically, obviously, I seen him in the TNPL. It's not again the same thing as the IPL, like the TY Patil Trophy.
Yeah.
But Subramanian basically he has more variations than Markande. Right, Markande in the
Okay.
first two games last season, he's performed very well against the Punjab Kings with a 4-4, against the KKR with a 2-wicket haul. But the thing is, once he starts to play those games, teams really started to analyze him well, and the only variation he can bowl is the googly. He always bowls the googly and
Yeah, yeah,
nothing
yeah.
different else, right? So I think that's a predictable thing about Markande. But Subramanian is a mystery spinner, I can say. He
Yeah.
has all type of variations, and he's a new bowler, right? He's bowled for Hong Kong as well. Now he's bowling for Tamil Nadu, so he's got that experience. Not much, but he's still a youngster. He's been with us as a net bowler for I think almost now 3 or 4 years as well. So he has
Okay.
experience with this side. They know what he's capable of, and finally we have got him. Let's see how things fare out for these two bowlers.
And give me a reason behind you don't want to go with a Mayank Markande as a starter. How important is it to have a finger spinner, and how important is it not to have a finger spinner like a Mayank Markande in your team?
I mean, when you're batting first, you really don't need Mayank Markande, but when you're bowling, you can just bring him as an impact player as Rahul Tripathi. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you're utilizing him as your impact sub, to be very honest. But the others, Fazlullah Faruqi, I think if you have 8 overseas players, he could be the last potential player that you could use, to be very honest. But Jaydev Unadkat, another player who has the experience, don't know how much game time he will get either. But yes,
Yeah,
you have too many left-handed seamers. One of them might get injured, then you can look into him. Umran Malik, I'm feeling bad for him, but it is what it is. To be very honest, you have so many competitors, you have to choose the best
yeah,
out of this. And in such a mega tournament, you have to go with the best bowling lineup. So
yeah.
fair enough. This sums up. I think this sums up the squad as well. Varun, thank you so much for this one. That is the SWOT analysis I have done for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. That is, when it comes to strength, it is definitely the top quality
Mm.
overseas players you have in your squad. No brainers with that. The best overseas set of players you have in the entire IPL, I must tell you. Dead bowling option, you have so many dead bowling options, and you've yourself spoken about it. Opportunity is Pat Cummins to bring back the trophy home after 8 years. That could be an opportunity you can look into. A World Cup winning captain, he can be the luck changer. And also, the threat is balancing overseas combinations. Is that a very important part of you? If you can explain all the four departments, please.
See, as a fan, I was talking about all these overseas players. Who's gonna come in first? Who's gonna come in last? Who's gonna be
Yeah,
the replacements for these kind of players? Right? If I'm feeling, like this confused and all, just imagine what the management must go through before the start of the season, right? Because they've started the net sessions early as well. These players are gonna keep performing, and they're gonna have a tough time to think about who's gonna be their overseas players. It's a good thing having top quality overseas players. That's the strength here. But you it is what it is. You need to pick your four. At the end of the day, sometimes you need to make those big sacrifices, like maybe sitting out Markham, sitting out Hasaranga, sitting out Travis
correct.
Head.
The bold
Right? It
decisions.
happens. It's part of the sport. It's part of the game. It's part of the IPL rules as well. You only need four overseas players, sadly. So yeah, it's what it is.
Okay, so this sums up the SWOT analysis for the Sunrisers Hyderabad as well. Pretty much agreed by Varun. Players to watch out for. Here are my 5 players to watch out for. I have selected, which is Pat Cummins, Glenn Phillips, Henry Klassen, Washington Sundar, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. I'll give the choices to you. Any disagree, agree? Out of the five players I have made, I think Glenn Phillips will be the player you will not want to make it part of this five.
I'd actually pick two players from this. I'll first talk about that other guy. It's Washington Sundar.
Yep,
Washington Sundar, I feel like Shahbaz Ahmed is going to do much better for this side because we're going to play 7 games at Hyderabad first of all, and having
yep,
that slow left arm orthodox kind of spinner is very rare, first of all, in cricket, especially in Indian cricket, right? You got Jadeja, you got Aksar, but then you really start to think and you have really no one else, and we got Shahbaz Ahmed, right? And especially on Hyderabad pitches, according to the stats, these kind of bowlers they do wonderful on these type of surfaces. So I think he's gonna be a prime bowler for us in the spin sector more than a Sundar. He's gonna be like the run container for us, and Shahbaz Ahmed is gonna be the
okay,
wicket taker for us
okay,
in that finger spinning kind of section. And going on to the Glenn Phillips part again. He's not proven in Asian conditions. He's not at all proven in Indian conditions of how many ever chances we've given him. Even in the Rajasthan Royals game when he scored, I think 25 of 7 balls, he's been getting like juicy full tosses. He's been getting those good balls to just hit out of the park, right? Especially again, he wasn't much of a experienced bowler. Who are
yeah.
bowler? I just forgot his name, but yeah, again, so Glenn Phillips, he just doesn't make the cut for me whatsoever.
Okay, so these two players you're replacing Shahbaz Ahmed for Washington Sundar, who
Shahbaz Ahmed
replaces
for Washington Sundar and Adam Markham.
Aiden Markram for Glenn Phillips. Okay, this sums up the five players to watch out for as well. Thank you, Varun, for this one. The strategy gameplay I have predicted for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So these are the 3 pointers I have written. Quick start in the power play when it comes to batting. I expect Travis Head to go ball bonkers for that. Mayank Agarwal and Aiden Markram to play the anchor role with the bat in the middle order. Either one of them can play the entire innings while the others float around. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Pat Cummins to look into the dead overs is what I predict. Would you add T. Natarajan to it?
Yeah. So first of all, point number one, Daniel Vettori is, I think, the type of coach that says, you just play freely, you just play your own natural game. I think what the Sunrisers really need to implement is like how CSK did something towards Ajinkya Rahane.
Yeah,
Right, in the IPL, we've seen him with at least like a 125, 130 type of strike rate. He's going to be the anchor kind of player. But now, since you have this kind of aggressive coaching setup and there's an aggressive captain, you just have to say play freely, just keep smacking the balls. It's the T20 format. There's no just smacking the ball around in the 30-yard circle, smack it out of the 30-yard circle,
yeah,
and there's where you get the win. Because even in the last previous seasons, we had, I think, the worst power play score. Right?
correct.
If we do not hit anything above 45 runs, that's the game right there. Because the
Yeah,
batting lineup margin is so thin because of the kind of batsmen we have. They're either in form or they're completely out of form. So that's the kind of side we have at the moment. So quick starts is the way to go. Number two, Mayank Agarwal. Basically, the thing is he's weak against spinners, especially leg spinners. He might survive. The power play if he doesn't get any bouncers. But once the spinner comes in, it's just like the Travis Head situation. He plays the power play very well in T20s, but once the power play is done and spinner comes in, we saw it in the T20 series against India, Australia, right? He's, I think, gotten out twice or thrice against Ravi Bishnoi right after the power play.
yep.
That's a thing to look out for, even with Mayank Agarwal there. Right? If you have some good batting tracks that don't really assist those type of spinners well, Mayank Agarwal can survive, or else I just see Markram just playing those spinners around like someone like a Kane Williamson did for us around in 2020, 2019, 2018.
Okay.
And
So,
for
and
point
point
number
number three.
three, yeah, Boovy and Cummins are gonna be first for power play bowlers. That's the main thing. Boovy and Nitish, and then Cummins. I think Natarajan he usually bowls the fourth or fifth over, at least one over for us in the power play, right? I think instead of Natarajan, Cummins is gonna come in and bowl that one over, and then he's gonna bowl in the middle overs, and then he's gonna take care of the death with Boovy, Nattu, and Cummins
Nitish.
will come in.
Like I mentioned, it's going to be players distributing their roles amongst themselves
Correct.
is what is going to be the ploy. Okay, fair enough about this one as well. This is the 16 years of what Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Deccan Chargers have been part of this. Champions in 2009, the Deccan Chargers, under the leadership of, I won't mention the name, I will ask you the same. And Sunrisers Hyderabad winning it in 2016. My question for you is, over the years, can you mention who were your captains for the Deccan Chargers and the Sunrisers Hyderabad?
I don't have much of an idea on Deccan Chargers, but let me guess. 2008 to
12.
2008 to 2011, is it Adam Gilchrist?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, oh my god. Let's see, 2012. I don't know this one. I know he went to Punjab. Who was our captain then? Oh my god. I don't know, man. Who was it? I don't know. Tell me this. Oh
It
my
was
god.
a Sri Lankan.
Sri Lankan?
Yeah.
Sri Lankan.
It was Kumar Sangakkara.
Oh my god. God damn it. Okay.
Okay, and then came to the Orange Army 2013. Go on.
Cameron White for 2013.
Correct.
2014 was Darren Sammy and Shikhar Dhawan.
Absolutely correct.
2015, 2016, 2017 Warner, 2018 Williamson, 2019 Williamson, 2020 Warner, 2021 2019 Bhuvaneshwar Kumar as well. Let me not forget that.
Yeah. It was mixed.
Yeah. 2021 it was Warner, Kane and Manish Pandey. 2022 it was Kane, Williamson and Manish Pandey.
No, it was just Kane Williamson.
That's it.
It wasn't Manish Pandey in 2022. It was just Kane Williamson.
That's it? No, because he missed one game. Was it Bhuvaneshwar Kumar who captained? I don't know.
It was Bhuvaneshwar Kumar who captained in 2022.
Yeah.
But not Manish Pandey. Kane Williamson was the prime captain. 2023 went to Aiden Markham completely. So you have the knowledge, you knew it. It was just you had to think about it. So absolutely correct, Varun. And that sums up the 16 years. I think the last three years, Sunrisers Hyderabad haven't even reached up to the top 5 or top 6. So expecting better, because on paper, you this time, I must tell you, you're a champion side. Do you expect you guys to make it to the playoffs?
With the kind of coaching setup we have, with the kind of players we have, with the kind of captain we have mainly, hopefully we move up onto the table. Not 10th, not 9th, not 8th, to the 4th or 3rd or 2nd or 1st. Somewhere in the power play region, sorry.
Playoffs region.
Playoffs region, we should make it in. Please, God.
Okay, so you're hopeful that SRH will make it to the playoffs. That's the belief I really like about the Orange Army family. Here is my predicted playing 11 for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. That is Mayank Agarwal and Travis Head, the openers. Rahul Tripathi at number 3. Aiden Markram at number 4. Henrik Klaassen as number 5 with the wicket-keeping duties as well. Abdul Samad at 6. Washington Sundar at 7. Pat Cummins, the captain, at number 8. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Mayank Markande and T. Natarajan are my 3 bowlers, with Shahbaz Ahmed as my impact player. Agree, disagree, your changes in this playing 11, please.
So, is this like a batting first lineup or a bowling first lineup?
This is a batting first lineup.
Batting first. So, in that case, I'll take out Natarajan and put in Shahbaz Ahmed, because he also gives you the batting depth, right? So Natarajan, he's a bit injury prone right there. And Mayank Agarwal, he does have some sort of batting capability. So that's why I'll take out Natarajan. I'll put in Shahbaz Ahmed. And then I'll take out Tripathi when we're bowling and put in Natarajan.
Okay, so you're starting Mayank Markande and there is no Nitish Kumar Reddy. Here's my question.
I mean, this team does look good. Geez. So basically, my lineup is going to look like, let's see, Travis Head, Mayank Agarwal, obviously. And then Tripathi, Markram, Klaassen, Samad, Washington Sundar, and then Shahbaz Ahmed, Pat Cummins,
Bhuvi,
and then who's it? Did I say Nitish? Then I think it's Natarajan.
11, then it's either of Nitish or Natarajan. If you have a Nitish, then in the impact
sorry. So then Nitish.
Okay, so
and
you don't play
either one Natarajan or Mayank Markande comes in that case.
Okay. That's what basically it is. You have to choose between the 2 of the Indians you have chosen. So it looks like a good side, even if you don't have a Nitish or if you don't have a Shahbaz Ahmed. On paper, it looks like a good side. more or less 6 plus 2, 8 batsmen you have. So you have the batting depth as well till Cummings. I don't want to consider Bhuvi, but he's also a
Yeah.
handy batsman. So pretty good. And I think that SRH can do wonders in this IPL and surprise the other players as well. So that concludes this show as well. Varun, thank you so much for being part of this one as well. I think you're pretty much confident of this season as well. And let's hope that SRH make it to the playoffs or go higher up the order and make things count. Let's hope that my Pat Cummins gets the luck and brings the trophy home to Hyderabad after 8 long years. Thank you so much, Varun. Thank you to
Yeah.
all the viewers as well who have watched this video. Thank you so much for that. And don't forget to subscribe to the fifth number as well. Till then, thank you so much and bye bye.
Thank you. Go Orange Army.